let's start with She-Hulk. Already, you've kind of indicated that there's some Easter eggs, which I must admit I didn't. Only one Easter egg did I think I picked up on in this episode. Fill me in on all the Easter eggs you found.
So obviously for episode 4, just quick review back. She-Hulk is being hired on by Wong to sue a magician who is utilizing mystic arts. The more that it's being said, the funnier it gets for me because it's how ridiculous it is.
It is funny though. Like, I thought it was hilarious. I think this is really funny. I think this is the whole funny. Yeah, keep going.
No, and so you get this opening with the magician just failing the crowd horribly by being so. Which in reality, I would also, as if I was just a regular citizen, I'd be so bored with magicianry. I know what exists out in the world. It's not even a secret anymore. So why do I want to see illusions, or as Wong says, stupid human tricks?
Yes, but he did what? So he got now, what's her name again? Madisynn with two N's and a Y.
Not Y, but not where you.
Oh, that's the greatest character we've seen in Phase 4.
Facts.
Long live Madisynn. She made us. She was so. Like, it's a funny thing because it's got you full compliments has to go to the actress because you're like, okay, this is a stereotypical. I don't know what you call a surfer girl. I don't know what she is.
Drunken Florida college girl.
And she made it so funny and she made it so fresh. And even though she seemed stereotypical, she was great. I want to see that. I want to see Madisynn back.
I want to see Madisynn back. I actually do want to see Madisynn and Wong just talking about Sopranos and The Wire and watching This Is Us. Like, this is...
Is that what she was watching? See, I missed that. I thought they were just watching Sopranos the whole time.
Yeah, it was the second one. The second thing they were watching together was This Is Us, which, you know what? This speaks also volumes to how impactful Disney is because, one, that means they had to get licensing rights from Warner Brothers, HBO Max, to be able to do Sopranos.
Yes.
And they had to get it from Comcast, NBC Universal to be able to do This Is Us. Which
shows how much
showed scenes, real scenes.
Yeah. That's great. Yes, it was great. It was great. And then the subplot to all that was, of course, her romance and her. I guess it was always going to be a romantic failure because that's kind of a standard situation with all these things. She couldn't get it right the first time. She got her man and then lost her.
And she still didn't even get together because the guy was only interested in She-Hulk and not Jennifer Walters.
Yes.
So even in that subplot, which we had seen coming from trailers way at the beginning, it was funny. I didn't catch as much on that one, but I did take it in the size of they haven't altered how she is in the comics, but they're kind of downplaying her sexuality. Because in the comics, it's way higher. In this one, it's much more of a normal, more traditional range, which I'm like, no, both work. But this works well because it at least makes sense to the time. And I think in the Tinder era,
it's still Disney. You can't get too horny on Disney.
This is also
and I just thought both those kind of storylines just kind of. Just it just kind of ticked along and again, I laughed a lot. There's lots of funny things. I laughed at, of course, Madisynn. I laughed. Wong was solid as he always is. I liked even now Donnie. What's his second name? The magician.
Oh, Donnie Blaze.
Now, is that a reference to Ghost Rider?
No, I think that was something that was brought up on the internet and it thought was going to be Ghost Rider. But that being said, they still did make a reference, and it was with Madisynn whenever she first initially popped up with Wong, and she said she fell into this place with the goblins and went into this fiery hellscape, and signed a contract with a demon for her souls and the souls of her loved ones, for the drop of her, like 4 drops of her blood. Like, that was a Mephisto reference. That was finally an actual Mephisto. Like, that was
Mephisto. Years after WandaVision, can we get excited about? I don't think we can. I just don't know. The show is extremely light and it's extremely funny. What do we make of these references? Can we read too much into them, or is it just playing with us?
Well, here's the thing, and it was. I'm glad I saw it on something else, on I guess heavy spoilers when I did it, but it was referenced that fiery hellscape was referenced in Multiverse of Madness when they were falling through the realms. So we know that there was that in existence, and if there's a Mephisto reference, it does reference the possibility of a Ghost Rider being able to come out from that, because
isn't Ghost Rider's name Johnny
Blaze?
Right. So that is a hint at the Ghost Rider, isn't it?
I think it's a little bit of a nudge. I don't think Donnie Blaze and Johnny Blaze necessarily are going to be interconnected, but I mean, they could try and,
just a
but
tip of the hat,
I do
really.
think it's right. I think it's kind of here, like this is existing. Here is another bit of plot points that we are seeding in here because China wants to block out our movies from their shows. So we don't have to pander to them. We might not have to pander to them.
We don't care about you, China. So I thought it was a decent half hour. Again, I thought it was really funny, like last week, and satisfied. And now that my expectations, I think, are aligned to what the show's trying to do.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it at all. I just if there's Easter eggs that produce fruit, if there's Easter eggs that down the line will get paid off, that's fine. If they don't,
cool.
I'm not fazed either. It is what it is.
I think that's what that. I think it's the show, and obviously we get the Titania suing She-Hulk over the trademark of She-Hulk, which
that's funny. Yeah, it's all very funny, isn't it? It's all very funny. I have to admit there was a
No. Continue with what you're saying.
Oh, there was just a bit there when Donnie Blaze was in the courtroom, and him and his old, whoever that old guy was, I guess his assistant.
His mentor basically in a sense, I don't know, like
and the other lawyer who's just like this old typical look. We're all doing magic tricks all at the same time, and they're pulling the rabbit out, and look at this, and the judge was going. So I just thought this was great. I just loved my ass off. So I'm happy.
But I do think that the concept, more and more, the concept of She-Hulk is world building. I think it's back end, which is why we call those Easter eggs. But I think it's all ultimately it's a different variation of world building that gives us a little bit tidbits here and there.
Well, what is it? How many episodes?
9 episodes.
A
weird number. So we got 5 more remaining, which is just over. From what I understood, this is the number. The first 4 episodes were the ones that reviewers and everybody got in advance. So I think that stands a lot to say maybe what is going to be proceeding now afterwards for these next 5 moving forward.
All right. Well, keep it. I'm curious to see Titania. As I said a couple episodes back, I think she got shortchanged with that fight. Barely remember anything that happened in it. So, she's a great comic actress, and I just love to see her back on the screen. So that would be good.
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Die.